द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. This person, the jiva, the individual, having got tired because of all his activities during the waking state, now wants to sleep. He lies down and on the bed, etc. And because of which, whatever that exertion that was there, the fatigue that was there, that is driven away. And he has got the Vishaya Sukha. Vishaya Sukha means Ananda on account of whatever the soft bed, etc. And there, in that Vishaya Sukha, actually what happens is, that is the Antakarana Vritti which is now introvert. He cannot anymore be extrovert because he is already exhausted. Antakarana Vritti which is introvert, in which actually the Ananda which is one's own Swarupa, the Swarupa of Atma, the Brahma, that is reflected as it were, and that is what is called as the Vishaya Sukha. But there, while experiencing that Sukha, me experiencing this Sukha, me Triputi is there. The Anubhavita, the experiencer, the experienced Sukha on account of the bed, etc. and the actual experience. This Triputi itself gives him further exertion. Means, what is that? Something is still wanting, means that intensity is not there. Though the happiness is there, but it is not intense for he is again, that means fatigue, or that means the tiresomeness on account of this experience. He wants to resolve, and what does he do? He rushes to Paramatma, Ananda Swarupa, me, one's own real nature. I mean, that is the process, how it is there. One may not know that it happens that way, but that exactly because there is no other go for this person to get rid of this even Triputi which gives the Shrama. So therefore it says, Tena then Paramatmani dhave jivaha tat shramasya apanutyartham. So get rid of this tiresomeness in terms of me experiencing this. So what does he do? Paramatmani jivaha dhave. Jivaha Paramatmani dhave. He runs to Paramatma, means he gets resolved in the Paramatma, means even the Triputi. Me, the experiencer, experienced and experiencing, that Triputi also is resolved. Then what happens? Tena aikyam prapya. Having got that identity with the Brahma, which is one's own real nature, because he is verily so, which he has got deviated from because of ignorance, it appeared to be so, not actually deviated, it appeared to be so. So therefore, Tatratyaha Brahmanandaha Swayam Bhavet. He himself becomes a Tatratyaha Brahmananda. The Brahmananda which is in that particular state, he himself becomes, means he discovers himself to be the very Brahmananda Swarupa. Though due to ignorance the person may not know. And the one who is experiencing also is not available. So therefore the Sushuptananda is nothing other than Brahmananda. It is the Ananda which is one's own real nature, and it is not the Ananda born of any Vishayas, including the Mrudushaya, etc. Maybe Mrudushaya, that means the soft bed, etc., have helped the individual to get rid of his exertion and the sorrow that he had gathered during the waking state, and they have made him introvert and brought him face to face with his own real nature, Ananda Swarupa. But once that Triputi is resolved, he is totally one with his own real nature, and that Ananda of deep state is nothing but Brahma Ananda only, Swayam Bhavet. He becomes one with the Brahma, that is his own real nature. For this, in this context, that the Sushupti Ananda is nothing but on account of Brahma, which is one's own Swarupa. Many illustrations are given. Now the first one is that of Shakuni. These are illustrations are from Shruti itself. The Shakuni, the bird's example which you have seen. Now let us see the actual stanza, 47. Shakuni Sutra Baddha Sandikshu Vyapritya Vishramam Alabdhva Bandhana Sthanam Hasta Sambhadyupashrayet. शकुनिः सूत्रबद्धः सन् दिक्षु व्यापृत्य विश्रमम् अलब्ध्वा हस्तस्तंभादि बंधनस्थानम उपाश्रये. स्तंभादि बंधनस्थानम उपाश्रये. Shakunihi, this bird, a bird which is caught by the hunter and is tied by a string. Either, and the other end of the string is either tied to the hand of the hunter or to some peg or some post. This Shakunihi, this bird, sutrabaddha. So, kvachit adhara sutrena baddha. Somewhere, the sutrena, by a string which is tied by a hunter or so, this bird, sutrabaddha, sun, being tied by a string, dikshu vyaprutya. So, dikshu means in all directions, east, west, south, north, above, below, in all directions, vyaprutya, vyaparam krutva. Here vyapara is a what? Activity is flying. It can be either to get some food or to get freed from the very bondage, because it is being tied there. So therefore, dikshu vyaparam krutva means having flown in different directions. Vishramam alabdhva. Actually, it is not about. Tikakara gives us aharadi grahanaya, to get the food, etc. It is not that, to get released only. Because if the hunter has tied, he will put some grains, etc. to the bird. But it wants to get freed from that particular bondage, and therefore having flown in different direction to get released, but being not able to do so, what does it do? Vishramam alabdhva. Vishramam means a resort. Vishramyate asmin iti vishramaha. Adharaha. A adhara. A support means ashraya sthana. A resort where it can just be free and be of its own. Alabdhva, without getting, because it is tied, it can't just fly like that. And this may be a bird which is newly caught. A bird in the cage, even if you drive away, it will not go. Hope the fans are not over this. You know, the one bird went. So, now a bird in the cage, even if you set it free, it will not go because it is habituated. Like ashram birds. So, it will not go. So, but this is not, this is a newly caught bird, it can't bear the bondage, the tying up it can't bear, it wants to get free. So therefore, see, that's what that means, Vishramam, having, even in spite of its best efforts, Vishramam alabdhva, without getting that resort. So, ashrayasthana or adhara, what does it do? Hasta stambadi bandhanasthanam upashraye. Hasta stambadi, wherever it is tied, either to the hand or the post, etc. Ashray bandhanasthan ashrayas, bandhanasthanam, the place where it is tied, so that is hastadikam, hastastamba, the hand or the post, ashraye, it takes resort to, it rests there only. So, this is drishtanta. Based on that, darshtanta, as what does the jiva do? He does exactly like this bird only. So that what does he do is told in the next stanza. Jivopadhi manastadvad dharma dharma falaptaye. Swapne jagrati cha bhrantva kshine karmani liyate. Tadvat जीवोपाधि मनः धर्माधर्म फलाप्तये, धर्माधर्म फलाप्तये स्वप्ने जागृति च भ्रांत्वा कर्मणि क्षीणे लीयते, भ्रांत्वा कर्मणि क्षीणे लीयते. Tadvat, tadvat means shakunivat. Like the bird that was given, that illustration of which was given in the earlier stanza, like this. This jivopadhi manaha, Jivopadhi manaha means this, the Jivopadhi bhutam manaha api. The mind of the mind, which is the literally means Jivopadhi is Jivasya Upadhi. The Upadhi of the Jiva. The mana, the mind, which is the Upadhi, conditioning of the Jiva. This is the literal meaning. Now, is it that the mind is the Upadhi of Jiva? What is said is Jivopadhi manaha means Jivopadhi bhutam manaha means Jivasya Upadhi bhutam manaha. The mind which is in the form of Upadhi of Jiva. Is it so? Yes or no? No? Yes? I see. Jiva gets the Upadhi. Who is Jiva? Who is Jiva? Before getting Upadhi is Jiva, or after getting the Upadhi of Mana is Jiva? Mana means Antakarana, okay? Just don't take just mind as a, not just Manomaya, Manomaya Kosha, not just that, Antakarana. The status of Jiva comes after what? Getting the Upadhi of Anda. But who is the one who is getting Upadhi? Jiva. Only after getting the Upadhi of Antakarana he gets the status of Jiva. But who is that who gets that Upadhi? Atma. Atma having the Upadhi of Antakarana becomes the Jiva. Why it is said that Jivopadhi manam, the Jivopadhi, yes, Jivopadhi manaha. Jivasya means you have to take the real nature of Jiva is Atma. Jivasya means Atmanaha Upadhi Bhutam Manaha. When Atma gets Upadhi of Mana, he is called as Jiva. That's it. So Jivasya, because the distinction is not made here between Jiva and Atma, because Jiva's Swarupa is Atma, Brahma Swarupa. So that way it is taken that way. That's fine. But it is the Upadhi for Atma, on account of which he is called as the Jiva. When you say Jiva, the Upadhi is already come there. The Upadhi of Antakarana is already there. So therefore, Jivasya means his Swarupa. Who is that? Atma. Atmanaha Upadhi Bhutam Manaha. Means this individuals, we can say individual's mind, you can say. Jiva's mind, you can say. But when the Upadhi you bring, it is Upadhi for Atma, because of which he is called as the Jiva. But the distinction is not made here because Swarupa of Jiva is nothing but Atma only. Jivopadhi manaha. So manaha, what does it do? Dharma phalaptaye, to get the experience in terms of Sukha Dukkha, which are the result of Dharma and Adharma, Punya and Papa. Dharma Punya, Adharma is Papa. So, because all the experiences we undergo are the results of our own karma phala. Even a streak of smile on the face is the result of some punya. Even a frown on the face is because of some papa. Somewhere it passes. What we get is not what we desire, but what we deserve. See, we may aspire for so many bhogas in the. We miss any jiva, any individual may aspire for so many bhogas, sense enjoyments. But what he gets is what he deserves in terms of papa and punya only. Earlier he has done. Of course, presently he may work for, that's fine. But it is in terms of papa punya only. So dharma phalaptaye. That is the result. See, that is the reason why there are some who put little efforts and the success is what? So glaring. Others sweat and toil and yet they are not able to succeed. You can see in the world like that. It's because of some punya or papa is there which either accelerates the efforts or makes the efforts retarding. So that is how it is. So dharma phalaptaye. To get the Sukha, that means the Sukha Dukkha, which is the result of his own Papa Punya. What does it do? Swapne Jagrati cha Bhrantva. This individual, Bhrantva, literally having wandered or roamed, means having undergone the different types of experiences in the waking state, Jagrati, and also Swapne, the dream state. Swapna experiences also, dream experiences also are on account of the same Papa Punya. So Bhrantva, then what happens? Karmani Kshine. When those karma phalas which give him that particular quota of experience in the waking or dream for that particular day, not entire life, particular day, on that particular day, whatever the quota of experiences were to be undergone by the individual in terms of his or her own Papa and Punya, Karmani Kshine, when they are exhausted, what happens? Liyate. Liyate means resolves. Where? In its own karana. Jiva in his own karana. The mind in its karana. What is the cause of the mind or jiva? Ignorance. Ignorance. Resolves in the karana ajnana. But not just ajnana, it is the Brahma conditioned by ajnana. That is, sopadane ajnane viliyate. That jivopadi manaha liyate viliyate. That mind, which is the upadi of this jiva, means of this atma who is parading as the samsari jiva. So viliyate, get resolved, goes back to its cause. What is that? Its upadana, its karana, that is the with ajnana, means not just ajnana, you have to take saushuptadnyanavachinna brahmani leenam bhavati. In the Brahma, which is avachinna, which is conditioned by saushuptadnyana, the ajnana that is there in the deep sleep state. In that it gets resolved. Means if we just take out the ajnana, what remains there? Brahma. Because ajnana, has it got any existence apart from Brahma, Atma? No, it can't. Brahmashraya, Maya. So ajnana at the individual level, Maya at the totality level has no existence apart from Atma or Brahma. So therefore, liyate, where in the ajnana means Brahma conditioned by ajnana, it gets resolved. Okay, therefore, what is that Sushupta Ananda? Ananda, which is the Swarupa of Brahma. So that is what he undergoes. Unfortunately, he doesn't know that I am, because this is my Swarupa that is not known because of ignorance. Therefore, all efforts are required to get rid of this ignorance. Otherwise, who doesn't sleep? Any living being born is what? Naturally one goes to sleep. But the ignorance is there because of which I don't know what my real nature is. So, Bharati Tirtha is arresting our attention and is making us analyze the universal experience of the deep state to arrive at our own real nature, which is Brahmanda Sarupa. Therefore, what is to be done? Look, this is your own real nature. Don't get entangled in the sense object because of erroneous identification with the embodiment. Now what? Turn back. In what way? Inquire and discover your nature to be nothing but this Brahmananda Swarupa. Next example is Senaha. That of the hawk or falcon. How many of you have got Ramakrishna Tika? I can take these Shruti quotations. It can be skipped also. Shruti quotation can be, because in the stanza it comes, but if you take the Shruti quotations, it will be a little more clear. Okay, this is from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. The example that of the Shena or the hawk. So there it is found like this. It is the tika, it is there. Idanim Shena drishtanta prapanchana parasya tadyatha asmin akashe. This is the quotation. Tadyatha asmin akashe Sheno va suparno va viparipatya Shrantaha samhatya pakshau swalayayaiva dhriyate evam eva ayam purushaha etasma means etasmai anandaya dhavati yatra suktaha na kanchana kamam kamayate na kanchana swapnam pashyati iti asya bradaranyaka vakyasya artham sanक्षिप्य आह. Idanim sena drishtanta prapanchana parasya Brihadaranyaka vakyasya artham sanक्षिप्य आह. Anvaya, okay, short anvaya. In between is the quotation. Now, what does the author says? Says, Shena drishtanta prapanchana parasya Brihadaranyaka vakyasya artham. Brihadaranyaka vakyasya artham. The meaning of the Brihadaranyaka statement, vakya. What is the nature of that vakya sentence? Shena drishtanta prapanchana parasya. That which is given to the explanation or elaboration of the illustration of Shena the hawk. What is that exactly? What a quotation is? It is like this. Tadyatha asmin akashe shenaha va suparnaha va. Let us take this first. Just as in this akasha, in the sky, Shenaha, Shenaha is hawk or falcon. Va or Suparnaha. Suparna also is a fast flying hawk. Different varieties are there. Suparna also means bird. Okay. Now here Suparna means a fast flying hawk. It is a particular variety. Okay. Either this bird, this Shena, what does it do? Viparipatya. Viparipatya means having flown in different direction to acquire the food, etc. In the morning it goes here and there to acquire the food, having flown in different direction to acquire the food. Then what happens? Shrantaha. Now evening has come. That means the dusk is approaching. Now it is tired. Shrantaha, tired. What does it do? Samhatya pakshau. Pakshau, the both wings. Samhatya. Samhatya is samprasarya, having spread. Having spread the both wings, what does it do? Swalayaya eva. Actually in the Shruti it is, there is no Swalaya. Samlaya eva is there. Samlaya eva is there. Means Swalayaya, means to its own nest. Swalayaya eva, to its own nest. Having spread the wings to its own nest, what does it do? Dhriyate. Dhriyate means sets itself, directs itself towards the nest, or sets itself towards the nest. So spreading this wing means it starts flying to go back to its own nest. Evam, hi, now it is tired, it wants to sleep. So evam, even here this also, otherwise you can see, in this ship there is a mast. On that the birds perch and the ship goes deep in the sea. What do? No doubt they go here and there to catch the fish. And when that is they are tired, because they can't reach the shore. They have to come to the mast only. So like that, depending on the capacity of their flying. Okay, there may be certain who fly very, very long distances. That's fine. So they migrate also from one country to other country. That's different thing. But generally these, so like that, now it is tired, for it there is no tree etc. around and it can't reach the shore. It just returns back to the mast to roost there in the night. Likewise here, in the case of this, comes back to its nest. So dhriyate evam eva. In the same manner, ayam purushaha. This individual, what does he do? He does this viparipatya, but different way. What are those? In the waking and the dream state, having undergone all his activities and experiences. So, having got tired, exhausted, what does he do? Finally, etasmai anandaya dhavati. He rushes back to this ananda. What is that ananda? Swarupa bhuta Ananda means Brahma Praptyartham. To gain this, regain this Brahma, which is one's own real nature, from where he is exiled as it were, not totally, but exiled as it were. So, therefore, what does it do? Yes, evam etasmai anandaya means swarupa bhuta anandaya or Brahma prapyartham dhavati rashis. See, look, we don't know what we do. Actually, what process means is taken to while going to sleep, we don't, and we say at the top of the voice, which Brahma, which Atma, there is no Atma, there is no Brahma. You please tell me, are you there or not? Am I there? Anybody? The most staunch atheist also can't deny oneself. He need not know Atma Brahma. Am I there or not? That's enough. You are Astika. You have got that much of confidence in yourself. That is what. But only thing is know what that I is. That's all. What Vedanta makes you discover? Don't think. Vedanta is manufacturing some Atma or Brahma. Ashrams are not Atma manufacturing companies. That only make you inquire and discover what is your real nature. So therefore, just first have confidence in yourself. And what is that I? Not the erroneous I. Not exaggerated overconfidence in the embodiment. No. That embodiment will ditch you. If you have, that means if you totally, that means depend on that embodiment, however great that embodiment, however healthy, etc. it may be, it has got an end. That is not the real I. So therefore, that is what actually what we seek in the deep sleep state. Anandaya dhavati. Okay, what happens there? Yatra, yasmin avasthayam. In which state? Suktaha. Suktaha means here sampannaha ekibhuta, not just asleep. That means brahmana sampannaha ekibhutaha. The one who has become one with the individual who has become one with the very Atma Brahma. Suktaha means sampannaha ekibhutaha. Nakanchana kamam kamayate. Nakanchana kamam. Kamam here is Vishayam. No Vishayas kamayate he aspires for. In deep sleep state, what do you desire for? Even the person who is the utter failure in life, see, he aspired for many things but could not accomplish even a single thing. Even such a desperate person, when he sleeps, what does he aspire for? What does he desire for? Why not? Purnaha. So he discovers he is full and complete. So therefore, nakanchana kamam kamayate. Kamam means Vishayam. He doesn't desire for any sense object. Nakanchana swapnam pashyati. Also may not be in the Jagrat, he may not desire for. In the Swapna he may go on. No, even Swapna also, dream also is not there. He is one with himself, means Ananda Swarupa Brahma. So this is the example of Shena, which is now explained by the author. Sheno vegena nidaika lampata shaitum vrajet. जीवसुप्तै तथा धावेद ब्रह्मानंदैकलंपटः. शेनः शयितुं नीडैकलंपटः वेगेन व्रजेत्. शेनः शयितुं नीडैकलंपटः वेगेन व्रजेत् तथा जीवः ब्रह्मानंदैकलंपटः. Add sun. ब्रह्मानंदैकलंपटः सन सुप्त्यै धावेत्. सुप्त्यै धावेत्. Shenaha. Shenaha, you have to add the yatha. Yatha because tatha is there afterwards. Yatha shenaha. Yatha shena. Just as the shena. Just as this hawk, Nidaika, means Nidaika Lampata. Before that, you have to presuppose, as you have seen in the Shruti quotation, having flown in different direction in the sky for procuring the food, etc. The hawk, which is now tired, which wants to rest, which wants to sleep now, that just as that bird, Shaitum, Shayanam Kartum, to sleep. Shayanam Kartum. What does it do? Nidaikalampataha vraje. Nidaikalampataha vegena vraje. Nidaikalampataha, with the only one desire or aspiring to reach the nida. Nidaha or nidam means the nest. So what is also called as kulayaha or kulayam. So, with the one and only one desire of reaching the nest. It is not interested any further of going here and there. It is totally exhausted. So, Nidaikalampataha san means Kulaya matram abhilashya. Kulayaika abhilashavan. With the one and the only one desire, intention of reaching the nest. Nothing else, is no other desires or no other desire is there in it for it now. Sun, what does it do? Nidaikalampataha vegena vraje. It flies very fast to reach the nest. In the same manner, Tatha Jivaha. Jivaha, this individual. Here Tikakara gives like this. Mana upadhikaha chidabhasaha. Earlier mana upadhi is said, means because without chidabhasa mana is not going to operate. Means that jiva, that's individual, jiva, jivaha. Brahmanandaikalampataha san. With the intention of gaining the Brahmananda and Brahmananda alone. Ekalampataha means ekabhilashavan. With that purpose alone, with that intention alone of gaining the Brahmananda, Brahmananda ekabhilashavan. So, being so, Sukyai dhave. Sukyai swapaya. To sleep, means whenever you sleep, where are rushing to? For Brahmananda, which is our own Swarupa Bhuta Ananda. That is Adhavi, means Shigram Gachi. This is the example of Sena. This all why he gives. Shruti has given. Shruti has given this example, therefore the Sushupti Ananda that I have established is verily Brahmananda. I told you that is Brahmananda, but it is also declared by Shruti, because I have not told anything from my brain. That's what the author wants to explain. Okay, now the further three examples of an infant, an emperor, and a Brahmana who is Muktaha. These come under the this Balaki Brahmana of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. The quotation is like this. Sayatha Kumaro va Maharajo va Mahabrahmano va Atignim Anandasya. You can add there Avasthan. Adhyaravati. Atignim Anandasya Avasthan. Avasthan. Gatva Shaita Evameva Eshaha Etakshete. Evameva Eshaha Etakshete. There are three examples are given in Brihadaranyaka. Saha Yatha. Saha Drishtanta. That Drishtanta is like this. Yatha just said. Kumaraha. Kumaraha, a child, very tender child, a suckling, an infant. Maharajaha, an emperor. Mahabrahmanaha, So Mahabrahmana is Atyanta Paripakva Vidya Vinaya Sampanna. Highly educated. Highly educated means not physics, chemistry, etc. And then cut the throat of someone. Not that. Here, in terms of Shastra, and in Shastra also, what is the highest education? Shastra education can be anything. Ananta Shastram, Bahuvedittavyam, Kalpascha Kalo, Bhavasya. There is no end. If you enter, so there is no end. Therefore, what is to be done? What is the essence? That alone has to be. Therefore, otherwise, Shastra Jalam Maharanyam Chitta Brahmanakarak. I mean, that is exactly why we don't bother to study. why take pain at all? Why all these Shastras, Bhashya, this, that, Tika, etc. Why you bother? Shankaracharya said, can there be better authority? Avidyate pare tattve shastradhiti sunyata. Vidyate pare tattve shastradhiti sunyata. What for the study of Shastra is? If you don't gain the knowledge of oneself, all the studies of Shastras are useless. Avidyate pare tattve. Pare tattve avidyate. In the paratattva, the highest truth means one's own real nature. The knowledge of oneself is not gained. Shastradhitihi, Shastrasya adhitihi, nishphala, useless. The person might have spent all lifetime on this. Okay. If you don't gain the knowledge of oneself, the study of the Shastra is useless. What does it mean? Therefore, perhaps the study of the Shastra must be useful after gaining the knowledge, because you see, only two conditions are there. Either you have got the knowledge of oneself or you don't have the knowledge of oneself. If you don't have the knowledge of oneself, study of Shastra is useless. Therefore, one may conclude that study of Shastra is useful after gaining the knowledge. Vijñātepi pare tattve shastradhiti nishpala. Even after you have got the knowledge of oneself, the study of the Shastra is nishpala. This is exactly he is pleading my case, is it? Therefore, I don't want to study the Shastra. Look, Shastra study must be useful either before gaining the knowledge or after gaining the knowledge, because these are the only two conditions available. Is there third condition available? No. Therefore, in either case, useless. With better don't study the Shastra. Shankaracharya will be the last person to say, what does it mean? The purpose of the study of the Shastra is nothing short of gaining the jnana of paratattva. If you have not got it, it is of no use. It's just a futile attempt, waste of time. Of course, if you are a teacher, maybe you may have to study for what? Better communication. That's fine, because you are playing a role of a teacher, and as a teacher you have to study so that you can communicate better. That's fine. But as a mumukshu, once the aparoksha jnana is there, once the jnana nishtha is there, afterwards the Shastras have played their role, they have nothing to do. That is what means the study of the Shastra is for gaining the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, Jnana, to know what the Paratattva is, nothing short of that. Okay. The Brahmanaha, that means the one who has got the knowledge, that is Atyanta Paripakva Vidya Vinaya Sampannaha. Atyanta Paripakva, highly mature, means Viveka Vairagya thorough. Vidya Vinaya Sampanna, means highest knowledge is there, this Atma Jnana is there. At the same time, Vinaya, humility is there. Otherwise, Durvasa. The moment the fellow is coming to your, the people, the heart starts beating there. They don't know how to handle the guy. They say it is because of some defective temperament, some defective capacity. Anyway, let us not go on. So, now that is, such a Brahmanaha, this Mahabrahmanaha va, Atignim Anandasya, we have added there, Avastham Gatva. Gatva means here prapya, having gained, having gained what? Anandasya avastha, state of ananda. What type of ananda it is? Atignim. What is atignim? Atishayena dukkham hanti iti atigni tap. Atishayena dukkham hanti. That which destroys the dukkha, atishayena means totally. So that which destroys the dukkha totally, atignim, atishayena dukkham hanti iti tam avastham. Gatva prapya Shaita. Shaita means avatishtate, remains. The person, like that, Kumara, etc., having got that state of excessive joy, which totally destroys the sorrow, just as these remain, avad Shaita. Evam eva, in the same manner, Eshaha. Eshaha, who is the Eshaha? Eshaha Vijnanamayaha. Esha refers there in that particular context. Vijnanamayaha, this who is this? This jiva. Like Manopadika, etc. told, like this jiva. Or Vijnanamaya also can be Vijnana Prachuraha. It can also mean for Atma Brahma, means Nepti Swarupaha, Avabodha Swarupaha. So, therefore here Vijnanamaya means this individual jiva. Etatsete, he remains where? Having gained that Ananda, that is Swarupa Ananda, Brahmananda in the sleep. Now, these three examples are elaborated one by the author. Atibalastanam pitva mrudushayagato hasan ragadveshadyanutpatte ranandaika swabhava bhak. Yatha atibalaha. Yatha atibalaha stanam pitva mrudushayya gataha hasan ragadveshadyanutpattehe anandaika swabhava bhak bhavati. Just as this Atibala. Atibala means very tender child, which is called as Stanandhayaha, a suckling, who is just fed on the mother's breast milk. Now it is bottle milk. When Vidya, this Bharatapita wrote that this bottle feeding was not there for her. Of course, it was there, but spoon feeding, not that suppose the mother is ill, etc., etc., you can't keep the child starving. What they should do is feed him. And do you know what they say? You are not sleeping. They press the tongue of the child. And then put. Otherwise, no, it can get suffocated. If the tongue is left loose, it can get suffocated. They press. Only grannies know. Nowadays, modern mothers will not know it. Because they are habituated to the feeding bottle. Grannies know that. They press that tongue, and then spoon also you have to take very little quantity, and then they feed them. Because even olden days also that was necessary. Suppose the mother's milk is not available because of some reason. But generally, Sanandhayaha, the one who is fed on the mother's milk, on the breast milk. Now, after all this, they have discovered, mother's milk is the best one. After roaming around, scientific investigation that was being done since long as okay. Like that, many things happen. In India, the paddy, etc., is exposed to the moonlight for 15 days before sowing. If you ask the farmer, why do you do that? He said, my father was doing, grandfather was doing, he doesn't know whether. Now they have discovered, in the moon rays there is nutritive content which is absorbed by the, which was a matter of common practice in our country. Those great masters knew it, but the ordinary folks may not know it, but it was being practiced. They are not bothered what happens, etc., but they know that it has to be done and it yields the better result. That's how it is. Now this atibalaha means stanandhayaha, shishuhu. Okay. Tanam pitva, that atibala also you should be one thing to understand the example, you should know the state of the mind or the development of the child. The child which has no raga dvesha so far, very innocent child. That is what is called anutpanna pratyabhijnaha. The fellows even recollecting factor, etc. means even the fellow is not able to recognize the parents. Such an innocent child. Otherwise the example will not work. Means no raga dveshas. That means reflexes are not at all clear. So such a child, so anutpanna pratyabhijnaha, such a child, tanam, because why? Because what is show is this child which is fed up to the neck is full, and it is what? Put in the cradle with all cozy bed, etc. No mosquitoes, nothing like that. Means these conditions are very important. Means no distracting things are around. Otherwise, suppose one mosquito bite, it will cry. Pain is there. No such condition. It is just giggling and what? With teethless mouth open as if with all heaven is exposed. It is so happy. What he says is, this Ananda is not caused by any Vishaya. Of course, those factors which can contribute to the sorrow of the child are eliminated by feeding it very full, keeping them at cozy bed, no other thing like mosquitoes or insects around is there. That Ananda is not gained on account of any Vishayas or Raga Dveshas. It is Swarupa Bhuta Ananda only. A limited example, not totally a limited example. It is Swarupa Bhuta Ananda. It is not on account of any. That is what the Shruti has got in mind while giving this illustration. So stanam pitva. So Tikakara says, agalam stanam payitva. Having fed the child agalam up to the neck. Means not half fed as such, fully fed. Generally, suppose you go somewhere and the hostess is so hospitable and you eat and say, look, I have come up to the neck, please don't any further. So that is what it is. That is the way of saying. So, agalam stanam payita, having fed the child up to the neck. So, up to the neck. The other thing is that this is not Vedanta by the by. The mother feeds the child. The mental disposition of the child must be in a good humor. Even such things like anger, etc. Can give some secretion in the milk and it can go to the child and it can affect the health of the child. There is one example. It says a lady picked up a quarrel with the neighboring lady. And she was so angry, quarreling, fighting is in terms of quarrel only. And she got worked up so much, she was so angry after 1 hour fight or so. All the time she had the child on her this waist, means that way of holding that. Yeah. And she first quarreled with that and she was so angry. What happened? Now then she remembered, oh, it's the time to feed the child. She went and fed the breast milk. Within no time, child popped up. The secretion in her blood and therefore in the milk affected the child. I think in America one case was there. One bull, a hefty bull, very difficult to handle. They wanted to kill it, but it resisted, etc. But they killed it, it wounded it. It means resisted to such a extent, means tried to attack others, etc. After a long time, it was finished, and that the beef that was eaten by things, all got poisoned. Not that they were dead, etc. They got poisoned. Why? Not just anger. Means it was there in that condition, fighting for a very long time. The entire secretion, because of that, went in the entire system and the beef got polluted. That's how it is. Anyway, that's why. Okay. Tanam pitva. Mrudushayagataha hasan. Now he is made to sleep on the cozy bed in the cradle with all the soft things around. Shayyagataha hasan is what? Need not be smiling, at times laughing also. The fellow doesn't know anything. What does he know? Nothing he knows. So hasan, laughing, giggling. Ragadveshadanutpattehe. This is very important. The child is such that in whom ragadveshas are not yet born. Because raga may give him something, conducive things are there, it may give it some joy. Dvesha, sorrow, no. Ragadveshadi anutpattehe means Svakiyadi jnana shunyatvena ragadi rahitaha. Means it doesn't know who are mine people, means who is my mummy, who is my daddy, who are my relatives, who take care of me. Nothing it knows. It is not clear as to recognize the people. So whether loving or hostile, it is not able to recognize. So raga dveshad anutpattehe, these are not yet born. Anandaika swabhava bhag bhavati. Anandaika swabhavam bhajati iti anandaika swabhava bhag. Is the one who experiences. Bhajati here can be taken as experiences. What does it experience? Anandaika swabhava. The ananda and ananda alone, which is one's own swabhava, the swarupa. Means in other words, swabhavataha swarupam anandam anubhavati iti bhavaha. Anandaika swabhava bhagavati means swabhavataha swarupam anandam. The ananda which is one's own real nature, which is available of its own accord, swabhavataha anubhavati, experiences. Means that ananda, because of which this child is happy, is not on account of any vishayas, it is Swarupa Ananda. Of course, the example has got its own limitation, but that is because of Ananda, that is one's own real nature, and not on account of anything else. Okay, this is the example of the Kumara, now that of Maharaja, Emperor. Maharaja Sarvabhauma Santripta Sarvabhogataha. मानुषानंद सीमानं प्राप्यानंदैक मूर्ति भाग. सर्वभोगतः संतृप्तः सार्वभौमः महाराजः मानुषानंद सीमानं प्राप्य आनंदैक मूर्ति भाग भवति. मानुषानंद सीमानं प्राप्य आनंदैक मूर्ति भाग भवति भवति. सर्वभोगतः संतृप्तः सार्वभौमः महाराजः. This Maharaja, emperor, who is संतृप्तः, who is totally satisfied, who is contented. Why? On account of what? Sarvabhogatah. Sarvabhogata means he has already got the all possible sense enjoyment, because being an emperor, all the bhoga sense objects are at his disposal. The example is that of the one referred in Taittiriya or Brihadaranyaka in the Ananda Mimamsa, where the example of the one unit of maximum human Ananda, Manushananda is given. That is what? Yuva syat sadhu yuva dhyayatah. Like this, the one who is in this, you will come in Taittiriya, okay, I need not bother. In Taittiriya, Brahmandavalli is going to come. So, that one means the one who is yuva, young, healthy, at the same time who has studied the Shastras thoroughly. Otherwise, he may be ignorant person, no. Highly, that means who has studied the Shastras. Again, one who has at his command the entire world. This empire is not just some kingdom, the entire world as it is, Bhuloka, is at his command. And what type of empire it is? Full of prosperity, without any rivals. Suppose he has got rivals, again headache. No. Everyone is under his command. Everyone follow his command. And full of prosperity. Such a person who has got all the Vishayandas at his command, That is one unit of maximum human ananda that one can aspire for. No Rockefeller, no Ford, no Birla, no Tata will come anywhere near this ananda. Okay? Don't think. They may be rich and prosperous, but their ananda will not come anywhere near because knowledge of Shastra, etc. Again, they may have for this thing, but on their head somebody is there. Who is there? The government of that particular country, the income tax, not if nothing, that income tax department. One thing is enough. Income tax department is enough. So that is what. Now here, he is the one who is wielding the power. Not just prosperity, but who is wielding the power. So therefore, that is the unit of maximum human ananda. Satya Maharaja. Okay, such a thing. Therefore, he says, Sarvabhogataha Santriptaha, the one who is contented with all possible human sense enjoyment that are available on this earth. Karma Bhaumaha means emperor. Sarvasya Abhumehi Ishvaraha, Sarvabhauma. Sarvasya Abhumehi means of entire earth, one who is the master means the king, the emperor. Maharajaha, such an emperor. Manushananda Simanam Prapta. Having got the Simanam, the culmination, the final of Manushananda, the Ananda that can be gained here as a human being. One thing to be kept in mind, this person may not be Jnani. Of course, he is not Jnani. He is still Ajnani. And thereby he has got still some problem, some dukkha is there. But the limit, the maximum limit of human ananda that is possible on this earth, he has got. That's what is the example. So, not like a jnani, he is totally free from sorrow. So, manushananda simanam prapya, having got this, that the maximum limit of human ananda, anandaika murti bhag bhavati. So, he is becoming an anandaika murti bhag. So, how is so happy? That means the optimum ananda he is enjoying. Like that, in the deep state, that is the what? That ananda is so unsurpassing. Here also limitation of the example is there. Now, means yes, relatively this person, ragadi rahita, anandaika murti bhag means free from raga etc. Why raga etc. is not there? Because he is full. He has already got it. There is nothing to be gained. Dvesha etc. is not the means that to that extent mastery is there, being the emperor. So that relatively that example means anandaika murti bhag means ananda murti eva avatishthati. He remains as verily as the embodiment of the ananda. So that example of the emperor, such emperor. This can be, we can take the example of like Dharmaraja. Dharmaraja not in under condition of vanavasa etc. When he was at the peak of prosperity as the emperor. So you can take, because he is a one who had the capacity, who has well studied in the Shastra. Such example can be taken. Now that of Mahavipra, Mahabrahmana. Mahavipro Brahmavedi Krita Krityatva Lakshanam Vidyanandasya Paramam Kashtam Prapyavatishthati. Mahavipraha Brahmavedi Kritakrityatva Lakshanam Vidyanandasya Paramam Kashtam Prapya Avatishthati. Mahavipraha Mahabrahmana. Who is the Mahabrahmana? Pratyak Abhinna Brahma Sakshatkaravan. One who has got the knowledge of Pratyak Abhinna, the Abheda Jnana of Jiva and Ishvara, Atma Paramatma, means one who has got the Paroksha Jnana, Brahma Jnana, one who has got Mahavipraha. That's why he said, otherwise one who is a highly learned person also one may take. So he, to make it clear, Brahmavedi. Brahmavedi means Brahma Paroksha Jnanavan, one who has got the Aparoksha Jnana of Brahma. Such a person, whatever that Ananda means, that Kritakrityatva, Nirankusha Tripti that was told in the 7th chapter, one who has got whatever Ananda that he experiences. That is what is, that means can be compared. That is what is the Sukha Ananda. We'll listen more in the evening. Oh.